Hi all, I'm Melissa and welcome to my channel. Oh my word, Millie! In today's video, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite book tropes and yes, recommend a few books for each trope as well. If you see a kid wearing a cape and running around, what's the first thing that you get into mind? The kid is trying to be Superman or superhero, yeah? So that's a trope. A trope is something like a figure of speech, it can be a character, it can be an element in the plot, or it can be like a theme that's followed in books, movies, and even TV series. There are so many book tropes that have been found, identified, created, whatever you want to call it. But in this video, I'm going to talk only about 5 book tropes that I love reading, but in no particular order. So starting off with the found family trope. So this is where a group of characters who are not related form up their own family based on similar experiences or an understanding without actually sticking with blood ties and all, which forms a biological family. So this trope is something that I love because it is heartwarming, it is emotional, and like it brings me so much of happiness because in most of these stories this found family trope comes in where characters either have parents who have passed on or distant parents or distant families, but with this tight bound group, which this found family, they are loved and cherished. I am pretty sure some of you might have guessed, and yes, the first book I'm going to recommend in this trope is none other than Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter's parents were murdered by Voldemort. I'm pretty sure every one of y'all know the story behind Harry Potter and have watched it at least, even if y'all have not read it. So yes, I love this series. So Harry finds a new family at Hogwarts with the Weasleys, with Hermione and the rest of his friends who stood by him, who cared for him, and who loved him. So the next recommendation for the found family trope is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. If y'all have read this or if y'all have watched any of my videos, y'all know The Infernal Devices is my favorite book series or book trilogy. It's an amazing read. It's so loving, heartwarming, funny. I just love it. You just fall in love with this more than any other book. So in The Infernal Devices, Will left his family because he thought he was cursed by a demon actually, and if he stayed or if he continued living with his family, that all of his family members will die or be in danger because of it. So because of that, he fled to the London Institute of the Shadowhunters, obviously, and Jem, Tessa, Charlotte, Sophie, and the rest at the London Institute becomes his new family. So the next trope is going to be overprotective boy. I'm pretty sure this trope is self-explanatory, and yes, this overprotective boys trope can be annoying sometimes and a cliche, but I love reading books with that. So my first recommendations for this trope is going to be The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare and also the Elder Curses trilogy by the same. In the Mortal Instruments series, we see where Jace and even Sebastian Morgenstern are overly protective of Clary for the slightest thing, even though Clary can fend for herself. And in both Mortal Instruments and even the Elder Curses trilogy, we see Magnus and Alec duo trying to protect each other. Oh, I so love Magnus and Alec together, and it will be a shame if I do not talk about this series or trilogy where it's known to have an overprotective megalomaniac and that is the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy by E.L. James. There are so many scenarios in this book where Christian is overly protective of Anna. I love this series. I know most of y'all do not like this series, but I'm someone who loves this series and I'm not ashamed of admitting it. The third trope I love reading is slow burn. So slow burn trope is where the characters gradually start falling in love with each other or building a relationship with each other. Sometimes if the storyline or the plot is not written well, slow burn books can be somewhat boring, I have been told, but I still have not come across such a situation. My first recommendation for this trope is Laia and Elias from the Ember in the Ashes series. Obviously, you all know I have not read this series yet, but this book comes highly recommended for the slow burn trope that I had to mention it. And I know that most of y'all like the Elias and Helene pairing more than Laia and Elias, but I think I should mention Laia and Elias's slow burn love story or slow burn trope in this. The next book for this slow burn trope is none other than Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. In this story, Will Traynor tries to get rid of Louisa Clark at the beginning because he did not want anyone to help him go around, move around, and he was angry at himself for becoming a quadriplegic. So he became a quadriplegic after a bike accident, and he had no movement below his neck. In this story, it follows Louisa trying to convince Will to live his life because Will decides that he wants to legally commit suicide, which is a thing which I did not know and I do not recommend. I'm just telling what is in the book. But Louisa never gave up, no matter how many times Will tried to push her away, and gradually they started falling in love with each other. For the next trope, I'm actually going to combine two tropes together because I think it goes hand in hand, and they are The Chosen One and The Secret Heir. I love plots and storylines with these heir like royalty and The Chosen One, and ooh, those are so exciting. One of my most recent reads, Magisterium, it's like a quintuplet. It had a 5-book series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare revolve around this plot. So in this storyline, there is a 12-year-old boy called Callum Hunt who is like the chosen one, who is chosen to fight the evil, the enemy of death. But what he did not know was he was fighting himself, because he was also actually the secret evil heir, Constantine Madden, or known as the enemy of death in this series. A classic example for this chosen one or secret heir trope is none other than The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. I love Meg Cabot's books and I love The Princess Diaries, and yes, I'm going to recommend it where it's needed no matter what. I don't care if they say this is like a teenage starting YA book, but I will still recommend it. So the storyline follows a teenager in New York City called Amelia Thermopilas, who actually finds out that she is the princess of a small European nation called Genevia.
Why on earth would you pick me to be your princess?
So some other books also which I can recommend for this trope is obviously Harry Potter. He's the chosen one to fight off Voldemort, and even Voldemort is in there. Also, another book can be Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan, because he's the chosen one and he is the only living demigod or half-blood by one of the 3 great gods like Zeus, Poseidon and Hades. But that's until Talia regains life again, and one of those two, one of the children of the greater gods, have to complete a prophecy. If I say more, it's not going to be exciting, and This is one book I recommend if any one of y'all who doesn't like reading or who still have not got into reading are watching these videos. Start with Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. These are quick reads. Don't feel like hesitant because like overwhelmed by the size of the book. It's actually a fast-paced book. That means the story is a hook. You are hooked into the story and you don't know that you're going so fast. The last trope I'm going to recommend and talk about is nothing seems to happen as expected. While researching about tropes, I never came across this trope. But I have seen this trope occurring in multiple books and it kept and I like books like that. I like storylines like that. So I kept wondering why isn't it mentioned? But I don't know, maybe it's mentioned by another title. If you do know that there is another title for it or if it's mentioned anywhere, let me know. But until then, this is what I'm going to call it. I think the best recommendation for this nothing seems to happen as expected trope is the I Heart series by Lindsay Kelk. I'm currently reading the seventh book of it, I Heart Forever. In the I Heart series, it follows a girl called Angela Clark and nothing seems to happen according to plan. At the end we'll say everything happens and it settles down, but if she thinks of something, if she wants something, nothing seems to happen the way she wants. It's like curveball after curveball, but it is such a fun and breezy read. It's hilarious. I recommend that y'all read this as well. Another book I should definitely recommend in this trope is Such a Good Girl by Amanda K. Morgan. In this, Riley Stone is just perfect. Ask anyone, she's perfect. Straight A's, prom queen, she's good in extracurricular, she's good in school, everything. And she has everything planned to a T. Even her future is already planned. But what she hadn't planned was her crush on her French teacher, Alex Belrose. And that's when everything went off plan. If I say more about this book, I will be giving away too much. I highly recommend. This is one standalone book, one must read. Anyway, those are the 6 tropes I love in books. If you enjoyed this video and if you have more recommendations for these tropes, do let me know in the comments down below or feel free to DM me on Instagram, on TikTok, just wherever. Connect with me and recommend books to me for these tropes because I would love to read any book with this trope. Also, if you want me to do more videos like this, like tropes and recommendations, do let me know because I would love to do these in upcoming weeks. It is time for me to wrap up this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you still haven't. Anyway, until I see you in my next video, here is me signing off for today. Bye and stay safe from Oh My Word, Melly.